Welcome to Mastering MHA MBA. We're starting Chapter 9 from Datar and Rajan's Managerial Accounting, Decision Making, and Relevant Information. This is part 1 of 5. The whole chapter is about how managers actually choose between alternatives and the rule that separates the data that matters from the data that just looks like it matters. Datar and Rajan open with a homely example. Once you've bought a coffee maker, its cost is irrelevant to the question should I brew at home or buy at Starbucks. The coffee maker is a sunk cost. You can't get the money back. The same logic governs whether a hospital should add a service line, whether a clinic should run its own lab or send out, whether to drop an unprofitable payer contract. Every chapter from here on uses these mechanics. The 6 big ideas spanning all 5 parts. 1. Relevant means future and differs across alternatives. 2. The relevant cost of a decision is the incremental cost plus opportunity cost. Allocated costs are irrelevant. 3. Under capacity constraints, pick the product with the highest contribution margin per unit of the bottleneck. 4. Book value of equipment is a past cost, irrelevant to replacement decisions. 5. Performance evaluation models can fight with decision models, and managers need to align them. 6. Joint costs are irrelevant in sell or process further decisions. Today's video covers bullet 1, what relevance even means. By the end of this part, you'll be able to apply the 5-step decision-making process to a real choice and distinguish relevant from irrelevant information when choosing between alternatives. Learning objective. 1. Managers use a decision model, a formal method that combines quantitative and qualitative analysis. 5 steps. Identify the problem and the uncertainties around it. Obtain information. Make predictions about the future. Make a decision by choosing among the alternatives. Implement the decision, evaluate performance, and learn from the result. The 5th step feeds back into the first. The loop is the point. Datar and Rajan walk the process through Precision Sporting Goods, a golf club manufacturer. The decision: reorganize manufacturing to eliminate manual materials handling. 2 alternatives: don't reorganize or reorganize. 20 workers today, 15 operate machines, 5 handle materials. The 5 materials handling workers are on contracts that allow layoff with no severance. Reorganization costs $90,000 per year, mostly in equipment leases. Production output, selling price, materials cost, overhead, and marketing. None of those change. Step 2. Obtain information. Historical wage rate is $14 an hour. A recent benefits negotiation just bumped wages to 16. Reorganization cuts headcount from 20 to 15 by eliminating the materials handling workers. Likely effect on morale: negative, but expected to be temporary. Step 3. Make predictions about the future. Without reorganization, manufacturing labor cost is 20 workers times 2,000 hours times $16, $640,000. With reorganization, 15 workers times 2,000 times 16, $480,000, plus the $90,000 reorganization cost. Notice, managers use the new $16 wage rate, not the historical $14 rate, because the future is what matters. Step 4. Decide. Predicted savings on labor are $160,000. Reorganization cost is $90,000. Net financial benefit $70,000 a year, plus the qualitative flag on morale, which managers judge to be temporary. Decision: reorganize. Step 5. Implement and evaluate. A year later, actual manufacturing labor cost was $540,000, not the predicted $480,000, because productivity dipped during the transition. That's the feedback. It can change the next prediction. It can change the implementation. Better training, better supervision. The loop closes. Learning objective 2. Most of this chapter is about step 4, choosing among alternatives, and the central tool there is relevance. What separates information that should drive the decision from information that should be ignored? 2 criteria both must hold. 1. The cost or revenue must occur in the future. Every decision shapes future outcomes. You can't change the past. 2. It must differ among the alternatives being considered. If a cost is the same under every choice, it doesn't tilt the answer either way. The single question Datar and Rajan want you to ask every time: What difference will this action make? Exhibit 9-2 shows two ways to analyze the same decision. The full income statement view on the left lists revenues, materials, labor, overhead, marketing, everything. The relevance view on the right strips out everything that doesn't differ, and that's revenues, direct materials, manufacturing overhead, and marketing. What's left is labor cost and reorganization cost. Both views give the same answer, 70,000 in favor of reorganizing. The relevance view is faster and harder to mess up. The historical $14 wage and the $560,000 past labor cost don't appear in either view. Past costs, also called sunk costs, are unavoidable, can't be changed by any future action. They can inform predictions, but they themselves are irrelevant. This is the most violated rule in management accounting practice. People keep dragging history into decisions and getting talked into the wrong call. Outcomes split into quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative factors are measurable in numbers. Some are financial, costs and revenues in dollars. Some are quantitative but non-financial. Microsoft's product development time, JetBlue's percentage of on-time arrivals. Qualitative factors are hard to measure cleanly, employee morale being the classic. Relevant cost analysis emphasizes quantitative financial, but the other two categories matter and managers must trade off. Exhibit 9-3 summarizes. Past costs may help with predictions but are themselves irrelevant. Compare alternatives by examining differences in expected total future revenues and costs. Not all expected futures are relevant, only those that differ across alternatives. And give appropriate weight to qualitative and non-financial factors. The key question, repeated for emphasis, what difference will an action make? Now applying relevance to a real decision shape, the one-time special order. Surf Gear makes beach towels. Capacity is 45,000 a month, currently producing 30,000 for retail department store customers. A luxury hotel chain, Azealia, has lost their existing towel supplier and offers to buy 5,000 towels in August at $11 apiece. No future orders expected. Should Surf Gear take the deal? Exhibit 9-4, the absorption costing view. Total manufacturing cost spreads variable and fixed together for a per unit cost of $12. Marketing per unit, 7. Full cost, 19. A manager who looks only at this and sees the $11 offer below $12 manufacturing cost might reflexively decline. That would be the wrong call. Exhibit 9-5 reframes the same data through the relevance lens. The relevant numbers, revenue from the order, $55,000, variable manufacturing cost, $37,500. That's it. No marketing cost on this special order. Fixed manufacturing cost doesn't change because production stays inside the relevant range. 35,000 units is still below the 45,000 capacity. Net relevant gain, 17,500. Take the order. Why did the absorption view lead astray? Because it spread $4.50 of fixed manufacturing cost over each unit. That 450 isn't relevant to the decision. Total fixed manufacturing cost stays at 135,000, whether Surf Gear produces 30,000 units or 35,000. The variable manufacturing cost, 750 per unit, is the only relevant manufacturing cost. The $11 offer comfortably clears that. Profit moves 17,500 in the right direction. The whole analysis assumes the special order is genuinely one time only and has no spillover. Suppose retail department stores find out about the $11 Azealia price and demand the same. Now future revenues from regular customers differ across the alternatives and become relevant. The decision flips. Healthcare analog. Accepting a deeply discounted bundled payment from a single payer without thinking through how other payers respond. Tatar and Rajan flag two recurring traps. 1. Assuming all variable costs are relevant and all fixed are irrelevant. False both ways. In Surf Gear, variable marketing cost was actually irrelevant because no marketing cost was incurred for the special order. And fixed manufacturing cost could become relevant if a partial third shift were needed to hit 45,000 units. 2. Multiplying per unit fixed cost by new volumes. If you took 450 per unit and multiplied by 35,000, you'd get 157,500, which is wrong because total fixed cost is still 135,000. Stay with totals, not per unit on fixed costs. Short-run pricing decisions follow the same logic from a different angle. Cranston wants Surf Gear to bid on 5,000 towels for September after the Azealia order is filled. Cranston will sell them under its own brand in regions where Surf Gear doesn't currently operate, so no spillover risk. The question shifts from accept or reject to what price do we bid. Relevant cost is the variable manufacturing cost, $7.50 per towel. Anything above that improves profitability in the short run. Surfgear's market intelligence says competitors will bid between $10 and $11. Strategy: bid as high above $7.50 as possible, but below the competition. Surfgear bids $10 per towel. If they win, operating income improves by $12,500. Pricing isn't built solely on cost, it's built looking at competitors through their eyes. Translating Surfgear into healthcare: a self-pay surgical package offer. Relevant costs are OR consumables, anesthesia drugs, and the marginal OR minutes. Fixed building cost doesn't move. A bundled payment pilot from a new payer. Relevant cost is variable supplies and nursing time, not allocated overhead. A new telemedicine line within existing capacity. Relevant cost is marginal physician hours plus the platform license, not the building or IT infrastructure that's already paid for. Different shape, identical mechanics. Keys to success from the textbook. Two criteria for relevance: expected future and differs across alternatives. And don't ignore qualitative and non-financial factors just because they're harder to put into the spreadsheet. Both go in the same decision. To recap, the 5-step decision process: identify, gather, predict, decide, evaluate. Relevance has two criteria: must be in the future, must differ across alternatives. Past costs are sunk and irrelevant, even when they look like they should matter. Per unit fixed cost data misleads at new volumes. Work in totals on fixed costs. In part 2, we apply this to make or buy decisions and add the concept of opportunity cost. Thanks for watching Mastering MHA, MBA, based on Datar and Rajan's Managerial Accounting, 1st edition.